Can I read a little review to you from Letterboxd?
You can.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it a nice review?
It has -5 stars. Angelica Jade writes, my favorite part of the movie is Isabella Rossellini's curtsy. That's how to craft a great and instrumental supporting performance with little time on screen.
I wrote that in this script. I didn't put the curtsy in the script.
Yeah.
I wanted to try and take...
Was the curtsy in the script
I
or
don't
not?
think it was.
It wasn't. It was just Isabella.
It's Isabella's curtsy.
Okay, so it's a great performance.
It was a great performance.
It's none of us did anything. It's just Isabella.
From Houston, and Houston writes, for a movie set in so many tensely silent spaces, Conclave has remarkably tactile and sometimes anxiety-inducing sound design. Even mundane sounds like coffee makers, door handles, copy machines, and broken seals leave a huge impact. If there's one sound that defines the film, though, it's heavy breathing.
So coffee maker, copy machines, I have to say that was in the script.
That was in the script.
The heavy breathing wasn't.
Well, it was implied.
It was implied, absolutely.
There's people in it.
Yeah, they all breathe. No, we did. You know what? We did. The first time I showed Rafe the movie, I made a 2-hour ADR session with him. I showed him the film and I told him just breathe, and then he breathed, and that's in the movie, and that's what this gentleman is responding to. Heavy breathing for me just gets us close to the character. The film is very much his perspective. We're always in his perspective, and either breathing or the rustling of fabric of Rafe's costume. And all that is Foley or ADR, just we're always with him. It almost feels like we're always here because we hear him. And you can express so much with breath by, especially because we film him from behind a lot. So when you hear him holding his breath or breathing fast, you start imagining what his face might look like.
I've got Huge As Mammoth, who writes, divas and long dresses gossiping with each other, trying to snatch a win. This is basically RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's very good. It's interesting how that takes a life of its own, because obviously you can't plan that, you don't think of it, you just try to tell a compelling story. But apparently they all have that sort of, I want to be first, I want to be the best element in them, bickering amongst each other. I mean, you have to ask Peter, he wrote it.
Yeah, I did all of that. Yeah. I did all the backstabbing.
Lola writes, workplace drama is so much fun when it doesn't involve me. I love Cardinal Lawrence, always trying to gather useful information, so me. Looking good in red, so me. And crying, so me. Yeah, Lola can identify with
Lola's really connected with the movie.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like it that we see it as a workplace drama, because it is a workplace drama.
It is a workplace drama, absolutely, yeah. I've got Cookie, who's written quite a long one. Cookie says, loved the way the scene of the cardinals sitting in blue felted auditorium seats was lit. The one where they're enveloped in a void, and only those deliberators in audience seats picking a pope amongst themselves were illuminated. Behind them, a light from the outside world shines through the auditorium doors in the shape of a cross, contending with what came before, the history of the church, and what comes next, unknown to us all. Well said by Cookie.
Yeah, great. And that location was fantastic.
That was you, because in the script, I have to say, as in the book, I think it was supposed to be in a chapel that was connected to the San Marta, and you changed it to there, and that was a great location, wasn't it? This is one for you, Edward. Mm-hmm. Great cinematography, great score, great performances, better gossip than Gossip Girl ever achieved, and most importantly, turtles.
Good.
That was you.
Yeah. We did find some turtles in the Vatican, and we said, why don't we put those in the movie?
Yeah, and that's a real turtle as well, isn't it? It's not a CGI turtle.
Yeah, they're all real. So Ash writes, 12 stars, best third act use of a photocopier since Regina George in Mean Girls.
Now again, I did put the photocopier in the script, so technically that's thanks to me.
That's absolutely thanks to you, but Isabella, of course, mastered it beautifully. So it's again thanks to Isabella.
It's basically thanks to Isabella again, yeah. It's
unexpected to see all these iPhones and coffee makers and plastic body bags or in a movie about the church. It just felt like a good... And of course they're going to have iPhones. And of course some of them are going to vape. And so we just made use of that. Samisar writes, most diabolical vape hit of all time. I think he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely just Sergio Castellito.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he had so much fun. Like
he would just always be doing something, wouldn't he? That you then thought, well, it's fantastic, but we can't use it because everyone's just going to start laughing at what he's doing in the background.
Yeah. No, I remember being in the costume fitting with him, and he had his own vape and said, "Can I do this?" And I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely you can," because of that Twitter line. Immediately said, like, when there's something modern, let's put it in. It just opened that up. And then he said, okay, then I just need a red one. And so we bought him a red one.